In this hardcore Minecraft series, I set a goal for myself to go above and beyond in all of my projects, pushing the limits of this game. After finding this massive cavern, I knew I had to transform it into a dwarven city, serving as a villager trading hall, fully equipped with farmers, stonemasons, librarians, cartographers, and toolsmiths to get every trade I could ever need, for extremely cheap. Today I am aiming to finish this entire project by completing the city and creating a super smelter for future projects. Hey folks, fWhip here. Leave a like if you're excited, and let's get rocking. First things first today, I've been meaning to do this for a while. Let's update the world map. Last time I did this was episode 3, was that guy right there at the start of it. So now we go episode 12 and we'll see everything added on here. Doing this every 10 episodes or so, I think it'd be a great way that we can see progress inside of our world. Now here comes the part I am super excited about. Throwing in the offhand for now so we can see it all updating as we go. Look at everything coming in here. Oh, that is magical. But I do need 10 more maps. I'm so happy we have cartographers. Oh, please don't ruin it. Yes, I locked it in. From there, it's time to move the old map over and make room for an expansion by flying around the new village project and opening up a bunch of maps. There it is, the brand new town build finally on the map. We need a cartography table, a bunch of glass panes, and a load more empty maps. Because I want to copy all of these maps. Means taking this guy right here with that one, making 2 copies, and then we lock one, put that back on the wall. This is gonna take a while. And there we have it. All of the maps are updated, and check that out. And everything else is here inside of the double chest, ready for the next round. Now with every hardcore episode, I plant a new field in this world, slowly consuming the landscape around me. Everything is farmland. All we know is farmland. Farmland is life. Farmland is perfect. Just like those of you that subscribe, you're perfect. I'm trying to reach 1 million subscribers this year, so I really appreciate your help in helping me get there. Please subscribe. I need validation. Please? 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 Probably should have planted the carrot field before I updated the map, but you know, we're here now and it's fine. The first addition to the dwarven cave today for our project is going to be a super smelter. So I'm getting started here by crafting up a load of materials to build this massive thing. This is going to be a 64 furnace super smelter for super speed glass smelting in the future, with tons of redstone components, rails, hoppers, and the works going into this build. This is by far the most complex redstone project I've done yet. My brain already hurts and I haven't even started on it. Now for these frozen mountains to finally be worthwhile, I need a little bit of packed ice. How is the cat up here? We have a very important side mission to take on right now. Yay, we have a new kitty cat. Let's go home. Nope, cat, stupid cat. All right, buddy, keep this path safe from all creepers, okay? With everything ready to go and a new friend acquired, it's time to start this project and do what I do best, digging a really big hole. Oh no, I was not expecting that. Okay, yep, that's fun. That's fun to know there's a giant cave back here. Oh, wow, hi everybody. Let's just throw the chest piece on and dive down in here. It'll be fine. Easy mode, back to digging. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was scary. Absolutely hated that. With the hole dug out, it's time to kick this off and start the mega super smelter build. I've got plenty of space to make this happen, so laying down the framework of blocks, hoppers, and furnaces that I do understand up to this point before jumping into the super technical bits here that I'm just following along with the tutorial of Shady J's build. All of the hoppers are in place, the water streams are ready to go, and it's time to move on to placing in the minecart system for moving items around this super smelter. There we go, the fuel track is finally in place. We're halfway done. I miscalculated how many powered rails I need. I completely ran out of them. We have to go find more gold. Again. Diving down into the caves to get as much deep slate gold ore as I can find. Nearly a stack of deep slate gold ore gathered up, and that should be more than enough to finish off the powered rails. There we have it. The super smelter is finished up. We just have one problem we need to solve right now, and that is I need to fill all of the furnaces with coal and all of these hoppers. I've got a great start over here already with a load of coal ore I can break down. Back down in the cave, I'm going to set the beacon back up at its original location, and we can fly on out of the very deep hole to right over here where we still get the beacon buff, and I want to start building up a giant block of blocks of coal. Feeling like unfortunately this will still not be enough coal, so I decided to set off on a 2-hour coal mining expedition, gather up as much as I possibly could from the surrounding mountains. Making it back home, and I finished piling up all of the coal ore and started breaking it all down so we could get the coal blocks. 2 hours later, and we have 12.5 stacks of blocks of coal, which is not nearly enough. First, loading up the fuel chest. I'm gonna be a little cheeky here. If we do 1 stack of coal and fill the rest with our junk cobblestone, it should still work. The sad part is here, even with using the cobblestone, I'm not even halfway through fueling this entire system. I guess we have to go mine even more coal. This time I'm not going for the flare of a massive pile of coal, so we're fortuning up all of the coal right away. Give me your coal. This cave is now mine. I claim it. Mine. Oh, whoa, look at this. Holy cow, this thing is absolutely massive. Oh, it goes all the way down to the deep slate levels. What the? This is going much, much slower this time around. I need to find one of those stony peak biomes that had so much coal in it the first time, as I'm finding a bunch on the stony shore, but yeah, it's fine. The one time I go out looking for coal instead of gold, I find all of the gold blocks I could need. I found one. They do exist. Another stony mountain full of coal. We finally got it. Which brings us up to... Oh, we're so close. A little over 2 stacks to go, I think, and I'm just going to call it there. If that's not enough, I give up. The grind is beating me. The torment can end. The torment can almost end. That's it. That's the last of the coal. I think it's all done. Crafting up one more time. Oh, we got more than a stack. That means we are definitely done right here. Look at that. A whole 9 stacks and even more. There it is, the gatehouse. I've been away far too long, and this feels really good. Finally flying back down into the dwarven cave, I got to work putting the new coal into our smelter system. Every furnace has coal and extra coal ready to go. And I still have so much coal. I guess that's good to keep for later. Come to think of it, I don't really have anything to smelt right now. Fueled up and ready to go, there's only one thing left that can break this. Random junk falling in, throwing a glass ceiling on top of the farm, and we should be protected from future fWhip doing a dumb. From there, filling in the walls with some cobbled deep slate. There we go, finished up on this technical build. Time to move on to something I understand. First step, to hide the super smelter, we need a giant forge into the side of the cave. Running down to gather up some cobbled deep slate to build with, and finding an insane amount of diamonds along the way. A full inventory of deep slate later, and 77 diamonds as well. It's time to get to building. Starting with some platforms to walk along the cave floor and a raised one for the smeltery to sit on top of before starting out with a large brick building that's going to house the smelter. We've got some progress done so far, and I want to change a few things up. For example, this building right here, I think would be better with some slabs for the roof. For the roof on the main building itself, I'm thinking we just use a little bit of copper. And then also right in here, we can bring up a few spots for campfires to make some chimneys coming out of the top of the forge. From there, I threw on the final copper roof and started adding in some windows, even bringing out a new section of the build for some more variety before adding in the mechanical aspects. It wasn't quite perfect yet, so I'm adding in an additional building along the wall, using some stone bricks as well as tough blocks for the base layer, then a second story out of stripped spruce logs, and using some deep slate tile on the roof of both layers to just get a little bit more variety in here. And of course, with our own little chimney. Then maybe we have like a pipe coming out the side of it with some acacia wood, and to make it look more like a pipe, we just add in a few buttons and things. Starting from a boring point in this cavern with nothing except for some torches on the ground, we now have the start of a great addition to this build. the super smelter. Next, I want to make it pretty obvious from the outside that this is a forge. So I think we could add in something right out here as almost like a large way for the heat to get out of the forge. Maybe it's being pumped down through this pipe into this section right here, where we just create a little bit of a smokestack and campfires away. Yeah, I like that. That doesn't look half bad at all. Next up, we've got to merge this all back into what we've already built around here. Inspired by every dwarven fantasy city pretty much ever, I decided to jump up to the walls of the cavern and build some facades for houses that would not be accessible, but they add to the city feel. I think as the next step, we can kind of darken the top of this cave by changing out the torches for a bunch of glow lichen. Also adding in another building stacked up on the others out of brick and granite before adding in some cave foliage and more industrial bits. A quick look back in time to where we started with nothing on this wall, and now look at this huge expansion to the city, but we're not even close to being done yet. Okay, maybe one more little small build right over here. Just one more build. That's all I need. Just one. With the building complete, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to change the waterfall into something a bit bigger and add in some giant gear wheels in front of it. Taking the water up a little bit higher on the side of the cave, and it's looking so much more impressive. With the smeltery finished up in our dwarven cave, we can finally move on to the final section, merging our amethyst mining system into the rest of this village. First off, we're gonna need a bridge coming across this waterfall, which will be feeding into the eventual lake down here. And now we've got the massive build that needs to go over here. Gonna get the little bridge set up for now so I can easily move back and forth. And then I've got to fill in this entire area for the cobblestone that we can walk around on. I'm not quite sure what I want to do over there yet, so I think first step is gonna be expanding our lake throughout this entire area. Creating my own aquifer in the center of this cavern is going to be a great addition, as the best mob ever in Minecraft is going to finally have a home. The glow squid. Soon they'll be swimming around here happy as ever before they find a way to suffocate themselves. But more importantly, flooding the lake and creating some small mossy sections along the edge. Never thought I'd like the look of an underground lake so much, but here we are. And it's time to move on to the final section of the cave, starting off with a deep slate building right over here, so we can build up multiple layers as we're going up the side of this cave. Trying to get the same layered effect that we've done previously inside the cave, I think it's gonna be really cool. That's a decent start. Now we just got to put the top on for the roof and give it some more character. First to the roof, I'm thinking we go with some spruce, dark oak trapdoors on the front, and connecting some iron bars all the way down so it's not flat, and a lantern to help keep it a little bit more mob safe as we're working in the area. From here, I want to start working our way up to the second layer that I want to add in. Something like this for a staircase should work out pretty well. We'll get another building down here. After that, adding in a small retaining wall with some tough blocks. All right, there we go. The second building is in place. With the building brought around the corner over here, we can bring in a little bit of our polished granite, stacking this up to be 2 blocks tall, and then starting to work with some bricks throughout here. And having a 3 tall block window here in the center with some glowstone behind it. We can use a few slabs here to create the top, something like this, and then probably use some extra slabs there on the corner, and then use an extra granite block, and I'm in. This is gonna hurt. Oh, made it. Oh, I don't know how that worked. And we're off on another build, this time on layer 2, stacking up another house that can also be used as a way to help blend the minecart track in here. This is looking fantastic so far, and I want to keep going even further up the edge of this cave wall. The way we can really sell this dwarven city civilization under here is by adding in a lot of the gadgets that make it more unique than anything else in the world. Taking a bit of inspiration from the boiler over there, I think I want to throw another one right up here in the edge of the cliff. And now for my crazy idea. What if we bring this all the way over here for a pipe, and create a huge tower coming out of this. That way we can hide this guy back here. I think a little covering over here is going to look great above our railway. This looks really good so far, but I want to make sure it feels like it's almost disappearing into darkness. For this, I think we can utilize the amethyst itself and create some tinted glass, which in itself looks good, except the background's still very bright. And I think we can use gray wool to help out with this. There we go. That is so much better. Oh, I really like it. Back to stacking up the stone brick tower to finish off our final build inside of the city. I think from this point, we can transition from having a stone base to the tower into moving into the whitewashed one that we've used over there. Getting a rough idea for this new edition of the diorite and calcite tower before flying forwards to complete the entire structure, going almost straight into the ceiling of the cavern. With the tower in place, I wanted to make it feel like our railroad is floating more than it currently is. So I'm gonna dig away the ground here a good amount. There we go, much better. Now it's floating all the way across. Starting on the detail phase by removing torches inside of the cavern and replacing them with a lot of glow lichen to draw more attention to the city being the beacon of light inside of this cavern instead of the torch spam. Then taking some time to add in a small dock along the edge of the aquifer for a few boats to sit at. I spent another 2 hours running around the city, detailing random bits from adding in item frames with compasses and blocks, some hardy barrel spam, wax and copper to certain stages, and adding in tons of glowberries and moss. I'm extremely excited to say that this dwarven villager trading hall is now complete. Everything in here is perfect, except for this. It might not be in the thumbnail shot, but I'm not cutting any corners. I can't leave it like this. We've got to dig this down to finish the entire cavern. First, setting up the beacon in the center, sunken in the ground before going crazy with Haste 2 Electric Boogaloo and bringing the floor down 7 blocks and creating space for another aquifer. As a final step at the base, I want to smooth it out so it looks like we can put some water in here. And trying to clean up a little bit of the diorite and stuff along the way because we don't want it standing out. Adding a little bit more depth to this underneath the beacon. But going off of that, the next step is going to be to clean up the edges of this hole. Coming from the aquifer, I want to carve this back in, almost creating it like a large bowl. So I'm thinking with the moss over here, we could maybe move it down a block. We'll get some light in here soon, but at least some carpet for now. But there we go. This is looking much better. Just a little bit of slope on it. Time to clean up the beacon and fill this entire place with some water. Not really sure how I didn't pop a totem after that creeper, but it's time to put some glow lichen around here to light this place up. I think some moss on this side could also look really good, but I didn't bring any bone meal. Okay, well, I gotta manually place it then. Really? You're in the exact same spot. The exact same spot. Come on now, creepers. Fool me once. All the torches are gone, and now it's time to put a little bit of grass down here. Some of our warped roots just to get some more color. And I also want to try adding in a few candles, just as like a tiny pop of something, almost like it's a mushroom. I'm extremely happy with this build, but I have to do it before we finish this episode. I have to actually test out the super smelter. I flew all the way over to the desert and grabbed up 2 shulker boxes full of sand so we could do a quick test on the system. Here we go. I'm really hoping this works. Please don't be broken. Oh, it's emptying. The minecart's moved. Did it work? They're turning on. The fuel carts go. The glass is coming out. Oh my gosh, the system works. There we go. Check that out. Oh, I've never had a smelter this quick. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. With the Dwarven Village complete, it's finally time to move on to new projects and keep the grind rolling inside of this hardcore Minecraft world. 850 days survived, and we've got plenty more work to do. Please subscribe if you're new, as this took over 50 hours to finish up, and I really appreciate your support in hitting 1 million subscribers. But with that, folks, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.